Indi and I are about 1 hour into a 5 or 6 hour trip up the side of Mount Thomas in Canterbury. We're in New Zealand and it's summertime, and even though it's a bit overcast now, it is so hot. It is so hot. We're on our way to a place called Bob's Biv, which is a pretty rudimentary little shelter, but it's got a fantastic outdoor fireplace and it's tucked away in the bush in a really cute little spot. So I thought you guys might appreciate a trip up there. I've got a lot of walking to do, but I will see you further up the track when I stop for lunch. It's a late lunch because it's 3 o'clock, but I wanted to get going and get some miles under my belt before I stopped. Well, there you go. Who needs a raincoat? This dork who loves camping in the rain forgot to pack a raincoat, so hence the rain tarp. The rain is set in. We're not far now. We're about 10 minutes from the Biv. We just need to drop down the hill. Now, strangely, when I was walking here, I kept thinking I could smell smoke, and given that there's lots of farmland around this conservation park, it might just have been a controlled burn off down in the valley. But there is a chance that there's going to be people already camping in the Biv with the fire lit. I haven't smelt smoke for a while, so I've got my fingers crossed. But a word of advice, if you're going to camp in New Zealand, unless you can stay in a bookable hut, if the hut doesn't take bookings, make sure you're carrying your tent just in case. I've got one for Indi and I, so worst case scenario, we'll come back up here onto the ridge and camp up here. Welcome to Bob's Biv. Fantastic, we made it, Indi, and there's no one else here. There's no one else here. Fantastic. You go inside? Actually, I don't think I want you to go inside with your wet, dirty paws. Wow, well, she's a simple little shelter, but she's awesome! And I can hear the sound of the rain on the roof. This is going to be amazing. I'm going to get my stuff inside and maybe get a light on in there, because even though it's only about 5:45 in the evening, in the forest with all of the clouds and the rain, it's really dark in there. Now, Indi, we've got a broom to sweep out with, so I think you can come in, and then we're going to have to clean up afterwards. Alright, we'll clean up before we go tomorrow. Come on. Okay. All of New Zealand's huts have basic gear in them for sweeping out and cleaning, and part of the etiquette of staying in a hut is that you leave it in a better state than when you arrived. So I will make sure that I give the floor a really nice clean. There's a big bowl of water around the corner there, and there's also, I see, a massive big pot down by the fireplace. So I'll collect some water, keep it for tomorrow, give the floor a nice scrub. Indy's not thirsty, but I'm very thirsty. I'm looking forward to a cup of tea. Right now, I'm not caring about the fact that I don't have a raincoat, because actually, now that I know that I'm sleeping in the bib, it's going to be warm and dry. I'll get the fire going. I can hang my t-shirt out there to dry. I've got dry clothes to change into. So I'm just like enjoying the fact that it's raining and I have no raincoat. It's a bit like when I was a teenager walking home from school. I used to love it when it was raining on my way home from school. And this should have actually told me something about what I was going to end up doing in my late 40s. As a teenager, I'd walk home from school, and if it started to rain, I'd just walk slower and just like let myself get completely drenched. I loved it because I'm one of those fortunate people who's got a home to go home to with a warm shower. So there's nothing wrong with some lovely warm summer rain. So right now I'm warm. I'm going to go down and get some water, and then let's get a cup of tea going before I get that fire started. I want to get the fire going soon because the wood is going to be getting wet. I did pick up a bit of dry kindling on my way in, thankfully, but I don't have any fire lighters or paper or anything to get it going, and we're going to need some dry medium-sized wood. And given there's a fireplace here, there's not a lot of standing dead wood, so we're going to have a bit of a mission. I love a mission, don't worry about it. Tea time. Indy, what are you doing? I think there might be an animal carcass. Let me just go have a look. Can you see it through the window? Look away if you're squeamish. Oh. Oh. Someone very kindly left some dishwashing liquid. But the lid is not very trusty. Oh well, at least I can give my hands a good wash. People often leave little bits and pieces in these huts. Like someone's left some tea bags, there's some coffee, there's some dishwashing liquid, a little bit of sunscreen, and this is the cutest. I'll have to show you in the morning when the lighting is better because it's really hard to see, but it's a little like instant Polaroid photo of a group of people, and it says Maintenance Team 2023. So thank you to the maintenance team who obviously did some work here 2 years ago. Much appreciated. It's a little bit hard, the space is quite small, so it's a bit hard for you to get a good image. Sorry about that. I actually think rather than get the water going now, I'll go and find the wood now because I can't leave this boiling and walk off. I've got to watch it. So let's go now. We'll leave that here. We'll go now and get some wood, and then we know we've got some relatively dry wood for the fire. I'm going to come help me find some wood. There's a little bit of dry wood that's been left from the last fire and probably hasn't had a lot of rain on it because it's under the cover, so I'm hoping we can get it started with that and then throw my wet wood on. I don't think it's wet inside, but it's wet on the outside. Would you like to get dry as well, Pup? Alright. It's lovely and dry by the fire, isn't it? But it's a bit muddy on the ground. Maybe you'd like to lie down here. There you go. That's even nicer, isn't it? Dry her off. There we go. Outside to shake. Shake. Can you shake? Good girl. All right, you come in and lie down here. Good girl. Yes. Right. I'm just lying down in a warm corner of the hut. I have got fire going, obviously, and I got very wet. But hooray for dry clothes. I've still got one more set of dry clothes in case I get wet again, but I don't plan to get my puffer jacket wet. Oh. The fire's cranking along. I tried to throw as many branches, you know, as many logs and stuff on as I could. Because I really want to get some nice coals going for cooking dinner. And you're probably thinking, well, why are you heating your water over this cooker if you've got the fire going? But to be honest, I don't know. I don't know. I just am. Maybe I'm enjoying being able to stand up and cook in here. I'm looking forward to moving all my food and everything down there and sitting on the log. I've created like 2 logs that I can sit on. And I'll go down there and enjoy the fire once I've got my cup of tea. I didn't bring any wine with me. I decided I don't always have to have wine. When I'm going out on a camp every week, I don't always have to have wine, otherwise I'm drinking wine every week. So it's a cup of tea, go and enjoy the fire, and that delicious sound of rain. This is for the camera, but I've got it under the tarp at the moment, so I'm using it for me. It's a bit hard not to get wet. I wish I'd brought my raincoat, but oh well, I didn't. Really dry to lie down. Did you want to go back inside? Hello, darling. Hello, sweetheart. You want some reassurance? It's quite wet out here. It's nice under the cover, but look at how muddy it is for dogs. You've got to be able to sit on this log. Oh. Hi. Yeah, it's a bit muddy. It's nice and warm, isn't it? But it's muddy. Hey, pup. No, that's my meat. Is that why you're here? Nope. Is that why you're here? belly pup. Go back inside. Back inside. Off you go. Back inside. 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 Good girl. Good girl. Lie down. Lie down. Good girl. Indi might think she's a bit hard done by not being able to be out here by the fire, but it's so wet. There's this big puddle of water in front of the fire because there's a slope behind us and all the water's running down it, so she's okay up there. She's alright. She's in the dry. I'm going to cook my burger and have my cup of tea, and then I can go and hang out with her inside the bivvy. Setting. It's quite bizarre because it's casting this beautiful light all through the trees. It's like it's all of a sudden turned lovely and light, and I suspect that over there in the west where the sun is setting, that actually the clouds have parted, so this rain might not be around for too much longer. It's beautiful. Even though there's not a lot to see because we're in the trees, it's really beautiful. The light is lovely. Oops. Very toasted bun. Right, looks good. A little bit crispy, but looking good. I'm going to show you the non-burnt side. Here we are, here's my hamburger. You can't see me, fortunately. Can't see me eating. You can watch Indi. It's too small in here to film. It's quite tricky. But I decided to come inside, even though the rain has stopped. It just was really dark, and Indi was in here, and I just thought I'd come and keep her company. Good night, girl. Indi and I have turned in for the night. It's such a treat to be in our little hut. I think we're going to sleep well. We'll see you in the morning. At your tail. Good morning. Good morning, Thumpy. Good morning, Thumpy. Did you have a good sleep? Mm-hmm. Thumpy. Hold on, Thumpy. I'll take you out. you're still going. You're looking at me. I don't think it's... No, that's enough, darling. I don't think it's good for you. That's good for you. Alright, I'm just going to go down and get some water. Coffee. No, I don't think you like coffee. I do. How much is left? We'll pour it all in. Oh dear. Ah, this could be a strong coffee. Good morning, Pop. Good morning. Morning coffee. Woohoo! Well, it's the end of March, right at the end of March. December, January, February. Yeah, so we're a month into autumn. Almost heading towards the middle of autumn. And you can definitely tell the difference in New Zealand. I woke up at 6:45 and it was still really dark. I thought it was probably still like 2 in the morning. It's taken quite a while for things to brighten up. So yes, I feel winter coming. Wasn't last night amazing? I really enjoyed the rain. It was so fun. The forecast originally had been for some heavy rain, and then it changed and the heavy rain system was moving out to the west. And I thought, oh look, we might get a little bit of drizzle, but I wasn't expecting it to rain that hard. In hindsight, so I set the tarp up so that it just covered this seat, this log here. Didn't want to get the tarp too close to the fire in case there was sparks, but there were no sparks. It's a really well designed fireplace. I mean, it's awesome, eh? It's like really rustic. I love it. And the little skeleton on the front, I think that's a pelvis. It's really rustic, but it's really good at containing the smoke and containing the sparks. I could have brought the tarp right up to the edge and then had this whole dry space here to work and eat, but it wasn't going to be dry anyway, was it? Because this bit here is on a downhill slope, so we had a massive puddle in front of the fire. It would have helped. I wouldn't have got my jacket so wet, but at least it's not particularly cold, so that was fine. I took this off, hung it up inside the hut last night, and the heat from our bodies sort of rose to the roof and dried my jacket. I also hung my t-shirt and my trousers up in front of the fire once it had burned right down, just in the hopes that some of that residual heat would dry them out. But I think the combination of them being in the wet outside, that offset the heat from the fire, so they're not dry. I've put them on over my long johns and I feel comfortable enough, so that's good. What do you think, Indy? Indy's had her breakfast, which means she wants to get going. And seeing as we've got quite a long walk out, I don't think it's going to take us the 5 hours it took us to walk in, because most of it will be downhill. So probably 4.5, but all the same, we need to get cracking. I've boiled up a whole lot of water and put it into my drink bottle for the walk out. Which sounds pretty disgusting because it'll just be lukewarm water, but at least I can be 100% sure that it will be safe to drink. I'm thinking I might show you a bit of the walk out, because yesterday it was really overcast. Today I can't even see a cloud in the sky. So we should get some lovely views. So stick around for that walk out. I also want to tell you a little bit about what's coming up. I've got some trips planned and some new gear. I'm looking forward to showing you. Hello! Yeah, we'll go soon. I'll have my breakfast and then, yeah, literally we're going to go. Nag, nag, nag. I don't mind. I don't mind you nagging, you're cute. Have you had plenty to drink from the river? I've got water for you, but you need to have something to drink before we go. Hey. You found a possum pup. I know. You know I don't like them, don't you? Wow, they're not normally out in the day. We're going to leave him be, even though he's a massive pest in New Zealand. So that, my friends, it's a possum. That is what I don't like visiting my camp in the night. Massive pests. They absolutely destroy our native forests and our native birds. I know they might look cute to some of you guys, but possums in New Zealand are horrendous pests. Do you see the little orange marker right at the top? To the left of those rocks. That's where I'm heading. Whew. I was chasing the cloud, racing with it to see if I could get up here before it completely clouds the view in. Well, I wonder what you thought of that trip. Did you guys enjoy it? Make sure to leave me a comment and let me know, because I have a couple of similar trips planned. But before I tell you about those, I just want to give these people a big shout out. These are some of you amazing people who've left donations on YouTube Super Thanks, or who have bought me a coffee or bought Indi some treats on Buy Me a Coffee, or who've joined our YouTube channel membership. Thanks, you guys. And thanks all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this one, I've got a couple of trips planned this winter. When it snows, I've got 2 huts I'd like to try and get to. So if you enjoyed this hut experience, let me know so that I know it's worthwhile, because most of the time huts are a little bit further for me to get to than I normally would walk if I was just going to set my tent up. I also want to get my RBM hot tent out for a nice heavy rain hot tent experience. So just waiting for the right weather window for that one. And Indi and I have some trips planned as well. I've got some trips planned that will include her, because I know how much you guys enjoy her coming with. All right, you guys, she's up there. She's always ahead of me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you might enjoy the other ones that I've tagged on here. If you don't watch them now, tag them to watch later. Enjoy the outdoors, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye. There she goes.